Hey guys, Storm Track 12 meteorologist Lesto with you here, getting you caught up on the 11 o'clock advisory as far as Tropical Storm Erin is concerned. Really not a whole lot of change from the last 24 hours or so. Is encountering a little bit of shear. You can kind of see that showing up for us here with the deeper cloud cover further off to the south and the west. But it's definitely something we're going to continue to watch as it's fighting a little bit of shear across the top here, injecting some of that drier air. Winds are actually, though, picking up with it here, now up to about 60 miles per hour, estimated by the satellite radar. They're estimated by the satellites. When you take a look and see where the shear is located with this system, it's going to encounter a region of shear here over around the north of the islands. But right now, it's got a nice little cocoon right here, just feeling a little bit of northeasterly shear. And as a result, that has exposed a little bit of the thunderstorm action from where the low-level center is situated for us here. But it is starting to get into the area where we're going to see the higher heat content as far as the ocean is concerned, and that is going to allow it to really start to develop and explode. You'll notice that as it makes its way up along the southeast coast, depending on the path that it takes, whether it's closer to Bermuda or closer to us here in eastern Carolina, we are going to be seeing the potential for maintaining that Category 3 status, which is what it is forecasted to be as it makes its way up and eventually making that turn. Gets to a Category 1 hurricane sometime tomorrow morning. The intensity's been dropped down on it just a little bit, especially the speed of reaching that Category 1 status here. And then you'll notice by the sunrise or shortly thereafter on Sunday, it is going to be up to a Category 3. That is a major hurricane. So after having a very quiet season so far, the first hurricane is going to be a big one as far as intensity is concerned, getting to that Category 3 status. And then again, you'll notice it kind of coming up. And again, the question is it going to be closer to Bermuda or closer to us here in eastern North Carolina? This is what some of the model data is showing here as far as the ensembles. You all see them kind of making that track north of the islands and then making that turn eventually off to the north and eventually northeast. So the question is, how far west does it go? And if it's further to the south, closer to the islands, that would mean it would have to go further to the west to be able to make that turn. So it's some of the things we're going to be keeping our eye on. So let's kind of break down what exactly we are looking at as far as this turn is concerned for us here. We've got this big upper level ridge sitting right across north of it, and that is what is helping to direct the system off towards the west. That is the reason why it is ingesting a little bit of that dry Saharan dust in there. However, as we go on through the next couple days, you'll notice there's a little system here that comes off the eastern seaboard. This is what's going to drive that front through the neighborhood as we go on through tomorrow. That gets out over the ocean, and that breaks that ridge, splits it into two, sends one piece back to the west across the central United States, and the other piece is now pushed back off towards the east. As a result, we're also watching another upper level system that's going to be coming from Canada, and depending on how that interacts with it, that may have a tendency to pull it northbound. But you'll also notice coming in behind it, remember I said there was that second piece as far as the upper level ridge is concerned? That settles back in. The other one is back over here. So the question then becomes, which one's going to be the dominant feature? Is it going to be this one driving it to the west? Or is it going to be this one driving it towards the east, trying to keep it a little bit closer towards Bermuda? There is definitely an alley that is created once those upper level ridges get broken into two. And as a result, we'll have to wait and see which one's going to be the strongest. My feeling is it's probably going to be the one out over the ocean, driving it back closer towards the coast. So it's going to be a close shave for us here. But as of right now, I'm saying I think we see the main center of it remain offshore, but we may get a lot of high cloudiness around, and we're definitely going to be dealing with maritime impacts for us here across eastern Carolina. Of course, this is just the 11 o'clock advisory on Thursday. We'll be continuing to keep you updated as we go on through the next several days. We'll have more on this on News 12 at noon, and of course, we'll again be updating it every day. If it will have an impact on us here, it would not be until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So you got plenty of time. Now is the time to prepare as if we were going to be having a tropical system headed our way for the middle of next week. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.